What's up? So I know a lot of you are eager to get in the rental game, and a few of you are actually already in it. Awesome, I love it. We need better hosts and landlords out there. Landlord is always a weird word to me. It's too Knight of the Round Table-ish, but you know what I mean. That's why today I'm gonna give you my 5 best hacks to being a good rental manager, property manager, landlord, whatever you wanna call it, of what I've learned over the last 13 years of managing and owning rentals. Stick around to the end and I'll even give you a bonus tip that it took me a while to learn, but now it's one of the best things that I use. All right, slap hands, bump this, let's do this. As always, consider subscribing to the channel right here or just down below if this is your first time here, or if you've been here before you see my videos and want to see more videos of how I escaped the rat race and the tips and strategies that I use to live mortgage free, job free, and made my first million by the time I was 30. And if you want to chat with me and see what it's like in my day-to-day life, come follow me over at the IG right here. All right, welcome to the age of the internet and smart devices. Now, if you aren't up to date with it yet, the sooner you accept it, the better off you'll be. And you'll notice that this is going to be the new standard of everybody's life for the foreseeable future. And that's going to be the theme of today's video, smart devices, and how it makes life so much easier, especially if you're a property manager or you're getting into rentals yourself. Whether it's one rental property or 100, these little hacks, tricks, whatever you want to call them, makes it so worthwhile. So here's the headline. It works for rentals, business, personal life, everything. Think prevention, not cure. If you're trying to work out a cure, it's too late and it's already hit your ROI. And this is what this list is all about. So number 1, smart locks. This was my first addition as I was getting into the smart space with iPhone apps, and I wish I had gotten into it sooner. I typically did the same old, like, you know, the lockbox and key with the little code that you spin, and there's a little key inside, and then your renter takes it out, puts it in the keyhole, turns it, and then they take that key with them. But now I can do it all from my cell phone. And not only can I unlock the doors and lock the doors, but I can change the code from the app. And probably the most brilliant thing of it all is that I get notifications whenever the door is unlocked or locked. So I can see when a guest is checking in, when the guest is checking out, which is going to go into another thing here in a second, but also when I need people to go into the home, cleaners for example, I can see when they enter the home and when they leave. And then also when I have services or subcontractors going in to work on the property, I can give them their own code and I know when they use it. This goes to number 2, exterior security cameras. I don't have to really say it, but it is highly illegal and unethical and not correct to put cameras inside the home, no matter where it's at, the entryway, by the dining room table. It's just anywhere that's inside the home, it's considered private. Don't put cameras, okay? It's just creepy, stop. But however, outside in like a public space like the driveway, along the street, even something that covers the front door, which does help protect against theft with like Amazon packages and things of that sort. I put mine personally away from the door, over by the driveway, usually by the street, so I can see who's coming in. And really what I'm trying to do is I want to be able to see if there are people coming into the property, whether good or bad, contractors, subcontractors, guests. I can see the vehicles that are coming in and out of the home. This adds another layer of protection, not just for you, but also for the guests. And really what it is as a host, you want to be able to see and make sure that the guests are upholding their end of the contract. So if they say it's a group of 4 with 2 vehicles, obviously if there's 5 vehicles at your house and you see dozens of people going in and out, clearly there's an issue where they broke their end of the bargain and you can do what you need to do. The third thing, noise detection devices. Basically what it is a plug and play where you plug it into an outlet and it measures the amount of decibels coming out. So you can put an upper tier of how loud you want it. So whether it's loud music, loud banging, whatever it may be. Well, not that kind of bang, like banging on the floor or something like that. And it will alert you when it reaches that decibel. This is more common or used in apartment style complexes where the neighbors are right next or they have shared walls, and it might be older construction, so you might not have all the soundproofing that one should have. The next one is smart smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. This is super critical. I have these in all my properties, and the reason behind it is because smoke alarms are great, just the standard ones to protect the people inside. However, I want to be, as a host and a homeowner or a property owner, I want to protect my asset. So if a fire does break out or there is carbon monoxide there that is dangerous to the occupants, I want to know right away so I can take action. If you do own an older property, let's say at least 40, 50 years old, you may want to use a smart gas detection device or a smart water detection device. And I'll throw some links down in the description below, is that it can save you a ton of money. For $100, maybe $200, you can save the house from not only getting flooded or having major leak damage or really bad damage from gas leaks and hurting people, is that you can fix it quickly and you don't lose out on the potential rent. A lot of times people think of just the damage to the home, but during that fixing period, you lose out on all that rent. And not only do you lose out on that rent, but you're canceling a lot of folks. And that hurts your credibility on Airbnb or any hosting site when you start canceling. So, older home, get all these devices. As a standard, I say every single property should have at least a smoke alarm, carbon monoxide detector that's linked to your cell phone. And the last one is probably one of my favorite ones in terms because it helps saves me cash, is Nest or Flare. Most of you know what Nest is. Nest is that in-home smart thermostat. Right? Thermostat? Not thermometer. No, not thermometer. Thermostat. It controls the temperature inside the home, and you can all control it from your cell phone. Flare is very similar, except it's designed to work with these guys. Do you see that right there? That's the ductless heating system that I use in my house. Super efficient, easy to use. I can turn them on and off. They're each individually managed, and I don't have access to all of them if I'm not in the property itself. And at the same time, the reason why these apps and these devices are so great, 80% of the guests that stay at your home do not care what your utility bill is. They care about being comfortable. Okay, 20% are fairly reasonable and responsible, but that other 80% will run up your utility bill. Now, you're thinking that this isn't a big deal. It is a big deal in the sense that they're also straining the system. So when it's 105 degrees outside and they're trying to make the inside 65 degrees and the air conditioning unit's up in the attic where it's 130 degrees and it's running full time for 4 or 5 days during the hottest point in the season, it strains it and it kills a lifetime. All right, and the last one, which is the bonus one I was talking to you about, is contracts. Now, the contracts, it sounds so standard, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm doing it through Airbnb, I'm doing it through HomeAway, it's already all set up. That's not true. Those things that when you go through an app or you go through the websites like that, you're not fully protected, okay? But that's outside the legality, which I've never had to go to legal extremes with any of the thousands of guests that I've had. It's more of setting expectations and building rapport with your guest. And so there's really 3 safety nets when I communicate with guests. First, there's a description on the website itself. And then I have a phone conversation with them where I outline all the key things about that property and their stay. And then there's a rental contract where it goes through the legalities, which is very basic. And then also, again, the house rules, check-in, check-out process, address, all that good stuff. At the end of the day, what really matters, your guests are happy and safe, property and your asset is safe, cash flowing, and you're getting that 5-star review. Now, if you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. I found all the best prices and put them down in the description, and or they have great customer service. And if you found today's video helpful, feel free to subscribe and like the video. And I'm trying to get into the Instagram game. So if you want to follow me, hop on over right here. Right now, I put up all the photos of me building the shipping container house. So you can see it basically going from raw land all the way up. As always, ask me questions down below and tell me if you have other tips on what you're doing that really helps with your rental. All right? Love you all. Thanks so much for tuning in into today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.